Hey, what's up guys? It's HangryAlien and I'm bringing you a special video today to investigate whether Bushranger is a pay-to-win skin. Obviously, he kind of has a camouflage, makes him look like a tree. However, I will note that looking like a tree and being camouflaged like that will never protect you from bots, because one, they can see you through trees, and two, they basically just identify your hitbox and start shooting. Now, we know this one was a bot because their aim is incredibly poor. If it was a real player, they would have walked up and just done me in with one shot to the head. And so we continue this experiment. This is right outside of Coney Crossroads. It's back in Season 2. The principles still apply. Obviously, you can hide near trees of similar color and do the T-pose, or even really just stand there and probably get away with it most of the time. So here I am. It's been a while. You can see I'm actually already going to be in the top 50 just from standing here. Never did anything else in this match. Landed right here, and this is what I've been doing. Now somebody actually landed right behind me, just this far away. Now it's obvious in this video that they didn't actually look directly at me, but as you can see in the little video in the top corner, it's not exactly easy to see me anyway, so if they look to their left real quick, they might not have actually spotted me. But that's how close players have commonly come to me while I've been doing this experiment. And let's go ahead and watch a little bit more to see what happens next. The flare that just landed in the grass up ahead of me was kind of scary. I thought maybe they would have put a mark on me, but it turns out that that one didn't quite get me. But now these bullets are coming from a bot yet again. This one just walking down the middle of the street in Coney, and he's just trying to take shots at me. And then of course he gets wiped out by another actual player. Now, oddly enough, that player didn't think to see where that bot was shooting. And then, of course, this person is not a bot either. And that hiding place was obviously not going to do so well doing the high contrast of colors, between the leaves of my body and the rock. And this one here is a bot again. I can't really even see, me through the trees on their screen, their point of view. But they certainly did, and they were able to just wipe me out and walk away about their merry business. Now this one is a human player. This is a Spider-Man. He's flying through the air, and you can actually see me standing right there next to the tree, because I am a tree. When you are a tree, you be a tree, and no one will know. This one, I've more or less out in the open, still standing near a tree, but these are sweaty players putting up a 5-star hotel just out in the middle of nowhere. If I was wearing any other skin, I would imagine that they probably would have seen me. But in this case, they just went about their battle fighting each other and never really looked over and saw me. Now, back outside of Coney, I did get a mark on my head one time, but no one actually came and got me. Now, this person was beating the rock, and I could actually see myself on their own point of view, and they completely ran right past me. And they were switching back and forth between pickaxe and their gun, so you know that they were a sweatier type player. So I'm sure that they just didn't notice me, because I definitely blend in with my surroundings. Now, if you actually listen really carefully, you can actually hear the sound that's coming from the T-pose emote. So this character may or may not have actually been able to hear it, and they might have just not really given it much thought. But when I was watching the replay from their perspective, I could hear the noise. As you can see, I definitely did appear within their field of vision, but I'm blending in perfectly, and they had no idea that I was there. They'll actually see me on there one more time when they're on their way out of this area. So I actually did quite a few of these in arena mode matches as well, just to see if it would be more challenging, and knowing that every player that we would encounter would actually be a human. So, on this particular one, I was actually somebody else's bounty, and as you can see that car just drove by, the threat level of my, target meter went up really high. So they continued down the road, and presumably to kind of look for, you know, the bounty or the other edges of the circle. But then when they came back closer, I took this video off of a replay showing their perspective of their search for me. You can see that they've been kind of circling around frantically, just looking for me every which way. And then they're going to actually come super close to me, so close in fact that I can see their footsteps on my visualized sound effects. But they're actually going to be breaking this tree because they're trying to narrow it down by the process of elimination, knowing that I have to be close by. Yet they come closer and closer and closer. They actually ran up almost right to me, and you would have been able to see me in their field of view if you knew exactly where to look, and were looking very carefully. But I was able to hold out just long enough to evade that bounty. You see, they actually looked up into the sky to see if there was some sort of a sky base, and it wasn't until this moment that they finally spotted me. They must have been surprised and had to come kind of check it out for themselves. Probably felt like a fool. Not sure if they were trying to team at this point, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I saw them find me, and I thought it was really funny that I was able to evade that bounty. But apparently they were not as amused, so they went ahead and took me out real quick, like when they had another player approaching. And now here's a couple more tiny clips of people who drove or walked nearby, and they would have been able to see me if the Bushranger skin wasn't pay to win. Now, it's only pay to win, you know, to a certain point, because you can be moving around and people are going to notice the motion. But with the Bushranger as your skin, you're definitely not going to stand out if you're hanging out near a bunch of trees and bushes. Please do me a favor and hit that like button to help with the YouTube algorithm. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Please also feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you thought.